Welcome again to the War and Sun bunker. We've got an incredible display which might rival some museums at this point in time. There are probably private collections that have many more than this, but these are really sought after because they're Fairbairn Sykes fighting knives used by commandos in the Second War and other special forces, usually behind enemy lines and hand-to-hand combat. Now they were designed by two officers in the British Army, Fairbairn and also Sykes. Now Fairbairn began in the municipal police in Shanghai. His service was with the Royal Marines, and then this posting in Shanghai really taught him a lot about hand-to-hand fighting, combat techniques. It was rumoured he was stabbed several times. A very rough place at the time, Shanghai. Now he developed Defendu, which was his method of fighting based on his training in martial arts, and he also, with Sykes, who served with him out there, designed these knives. So they start with the first pattern, Fairbairn Sykes. The pinnacle really is believed to be between 1,000 and 1,500 of these. These are Wilkinson sword made, as you can see on the ricasso, and these were handmade, so they varied slightly in this very prominent ricasso area that you can see with the FS fighting knife on it. These were hand forged, so you have the wavy crossguard, and these are how these are made. We needed many more of them, obviously, as the war began and went on. They then were mechanised, so the second pattern knives, of which we've got no fewer than 5 here, with a transitional one with a coarse crossguard. These are completely different in style. The ricasso area, as you can see, is completely different. Gone is the wavy crossguard. So these were more mass produced at the time to kit a lot of people out and to take into northern France and other areas. And also we got one at the end. We believe this is number 4 commando that decided to have a private issue of the sheath knife. And I'd like to show you this tiny one at the end here. I think this is marvellous. It's again in a sheath style scabbard, but it is a first pattern, as you can see from the ricasso, only it's tiny. Now again on this you've got the Wilkinson sword logo, but you haven't got on the reverse the FS knife, fighting knife. You can see traces of it, but whoever's had this, we believe a commando would have had this, removing the Fairbairn Sykes fighting knife detail, and we think the reason being is it would still be a lethal weapon in his hands. The technique for severing the carotid artery as a silent kill, if you like, with the hand over the mouth from behind of a sentry, what have you, could still be achieved with this knife, and perhaps even a lot easier than the long full length blade. So he's shortened it, and I reckon and the theory amongst the team here is that he's got rid of the FS fighting knife detail in case he's captured. The Germans may have believed that this was just something as simple and rudimentary for shaving or what have you. It's Wilkinson made, but it couldn't have been lethal in his hands, and he may not have been suspected then to have been carrying this as a commando. We'll never know in truth, but there's a theory behind removing one side and keeping the other. So we're very fortunate to have this collection in. There's few places that can say that they've got these on display, on public display, so please come and visit us here in the War and Sun shop and ask to see these in the bunker. The reek of British history, and we were down to our bare bones and fighting the hand-to-hand combat at that stage in the early war, so from 1940 in the first pattern through to 41 in the introduction of the second pattern. So they're steeped in history. Please come and visit. They'll be available for sale soon.